Hi everyone. In this ongoing interview series, today I'll interview an entrepreneur and an educationist, Mrs. Anchal Agrawal. I've attended Anchal Ma'am's class and thoroughly enjoyed them. Let's speak to her and find out more about her and what she does. Hi ma'am.
Hi, Shaurya.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Well, I'm also fine, ma'am. Welcome to my YouTube channel, ma'am. Today I have a few questions for you. Please answer them.
Sure.
Ma'am, we know that you teach many students and have a library named Hangout. Tell us a little more about what all you do.
I am professionally a child psychotherapist. I'm a certified and practicing child psychotherapist. The whole idea is I work with children and their learning skills. I have done my base work in how emotions affect learning and how learning affects emotions. And I try to work on both at the same time so that children are more have more readiness to learn. They have better learning skills to be able to learn better. And for that reason, I am running the library as well, so that there is an environment, there is an exposure to reading material. I have a very strong belief that all children want to read, all children love books. It is just a matter of giving the right books to them.
That's great. That's great. Uh, w- um, what has been the most fun part about your profession?
Fun part. There are a lot of satisfying moments in the in many days there. Uh, when I'm able to connect with a child who is a new child, and when I'm able to connect with the child, and the child starts liking me and starts liking the process of learning, that's that's like a great moment.
Yeah.
There are times when children crack jokes, and there are jokes which I remember from, like, 10 years back, and there are jokes from children which have left a huge impact. And every time I think of those jokes, I still laugh, like I'm thinking right now, so probably. Yeah, so those are fun moments. And when I crack a joke in the class and children laugh, and those bonding moments are something which I really look forward to.
If one decides to become an educationist, what are some of the things he or she should keep in mind?
To be an educationist is a great thing to do. One should have a basic liking for teaching. One should have a basic understanding of the direction in which our education system is going and in which it should go. The educationist should not only follow the system, the educationist should also be able to lead the system, make changes. Like, for example, the small thing probably which I am trying to do is to help parents understand how pressure is very bad for children, and how a happy child is a good learner. So I'm there. I'm not trying to follow a system of assessments. I don't assess my kids. I'm constantly observing them, analyzing them, but never assessing them. So an educationist should be able to create a new value to the education system, understand the process of education in the current scenario, um, should love teaching. It is not sufficient to just love kids. One should have a passion for teaching. Subject knowledge, definitely. One should definitely understand the subject. So if an educationist is in the field of science, or um, teaching English, or say any other subject, or just being a mentor to the children,
Yeah.
I think subject knowledge is very, very important. An educationist should be very open to learning as well. At no point should a person feel that I know everything. If children ask you questions and you don't know the answers, it's very important to be very honest and say that, oh, that's something which I don't know, and let me find out and get back to you on that. So imparting the values there, that I'm not hiding that, oh, this was something I didn't know. Imparting that value to the kids is something very important. Kids learn by seeing what you're doing. So these are a few of the things which I feel an educationist should have. More than the degrees, more than the qualifications, I think these things help a lot. Degrees are really important, but these things are quite helpful.
What does a typical day look like?
Pre-COVID or post-COVID?
Post-COVID.
Post-COVID, okay, one thing that hasn't changed is this, that I still get up early morning. I'm like an early riser. And mornings, I usually take care of my dogs and, okay, decide the menu, what's the day going to look like. I plan my days ahead. I like that way of working. I cannot work on a lot of uncertainties. Um, I usually sit down to work at 7 in the morning. Then from 7 to 9:30, usually I work. I have phone meetings. I have work on the laptop, and then I get ready. Then 10 to 2 is typically how the work goes on. Either like currently online classes, online counseling, online sessions,
Yeah.
and then generally 2:30 to 3:30 is my rest time. I take a nap. I just rest. In fact, I sleep less and I rest more. So I rest in the afternoons quite, nicely. Then have lunch. Then again, the classes and meetings begin, 4:30. And currently, things are happening till 11:30, 12. And I like to watch movies. So then I watch something and I sleep.
Okay.
That's how the typical day looks like.
It was nice talking to you. Thank you, ma'am. I hope you enjoyed the interview.
Of course, I loved talking to you, and yeah, it was an honor being interviewed by you.
Okay, ma'am. Bye. See you
Bye,
soon.
bye, Shaurya. See you soon. Bye bye.
Bye.